Hey everyone, it's Liam Caddiston here, and we're reacting to The 100 with episode number 8 of season 7, as we are starting the second half of the final season, which is pretty heartbreaking. I love this show so much, and yeah, it stings to know that we are at the beginning of the end. Or are we at the beginning of the beginning? Because there were plans in place for this season to allocate an episode for a pilot for the prequel series that is planned for this show. And given how intense and how the mentions of the prequel episode has escalated in this past week, I'm going to take an assumption that this week is the week that we're going to have the pilot for the prequel series. So I'm pretty excited to see what is cooked up and how intrigued I might become for this prequel series. Yeah, I think it comes at a very, very good point, because we're at the halfway mark. And I feel like it's the calm before the storm, because, like I said last week, I'm expecting things in terms of the main story to escalate dramatically, because I feel like we've gone a bit too easy in terms of big casualties, especially for the final season, especially for this type of show. And I feel like big casualties are going to emerge in the next episode, if anything. So, yeah, I mean, the only big casualty, I guess you could say, we've had is Bellamy, but yeah. So, yeah, let's get started with this pilot for the prequel series. This is episode number 8 of season 7 of The 100. Let's go. Damn. Clock's frozen as hell. Oh my god.
Watch the door.
Damn.
They call me the shepherd, but you can call me Bill. You have me.
Bill Nye, the science guy?
The AI in Clark's head. What you call the flame, they call the key.
That's why Clark is the
Becca
key.
said that it would merge with the
Because
human
she,
Becca?
yeah, did hold
Yes.
it.
He burnt her at the stake.
mind. Did Kelly tell you that?
Kelly.
Made you a badass, though.
Hold on, I want to watch this.
Hey, it's Becca!
And owner of this network made her last public appearance. She is rumored to be aboard her space station Polaris, working on a project that her legion of devotees will
TV, volume off. Music on. Hey,
Alexa, play
I
End of
didn't
the
mean to make
World.
you talk about me.
I love you, but save it for your patience. Gear up. Tree crew needs us.
Play nice.
So these guys are part of the Tree
Hey,
Crew
Calamity.
Dad, I got her.
Hey, Grease.
before it was
Good
cool.
story session?
Why? You must be kicking your butt in the basement?
Right.
Bill, if this isn't real.
It is. You have 20 minutes. I've already sent the chopper. It'll be there in 5. I pray that you're both on it.
Yeah, I think this is the end of the world, isn't it?
Anaconda?
The sirens.
Fine, yeah.
Are you sure? Because
Mom, what the hell?
I know. It's so much easier for her this way.
So, what, that's it? I just dropped everything my whole life, my best friend?
Yes.
Are you just gonna leave her here?
It works. Listen to me. Do you want to?
And thus the world became a pile of ash. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've missed this place. Pleasant memories.
Bunny, my girlfriend's outside.
This is... Oh no, this is really, really heartbreaking. Oh my god. That was Polis as well, the city of well, what would become Polis.
cares. He's just a narcissist with sociopathic tendencies.
That's the nicest thing you've said to me in 2 years. You
Oh.
were always mean when you got scared. You know that. But fear not.
I mean, show a little
We're about to
concern,
knock the
dude.
apocalypse off the front page.
Machu Picchu?
A hidden observatory beneath the temple.
Won't make him love you anymore.
Oh,
Together. Like when we were kids.
Reese. Don't be a dick.
I am.
Got a feeling I'm not gonna like Reese.
Control, it's Reese.
Hail be Nightblood.
Get my father. Ground teams 2 and 3. Move in. Roger, we're on it.
And these guys, boom.
Hey, sure.
Ooh!
Where's Dr. Franco?
Becca, please. And, yes.
Great to see Becca again.
Becca Franco, what?
Tristan!
He's seizing. Get help!
Oh,
There must have been a leak in his suit.
Oh, Lord.
Not here.
She not gonna, like... I was gonna say, she can Nightblood. Yep, there we go. Tristan's gonna be a Nightbleeder.
Radiation immunity. You guessed.
She's hearing things.
Radiation can damage the vestibular cochlear nerve. Let's get you to medical. Your blood is.
I was gonna say, that's how people can hear the anomaly.
It's coming from there.
That's none of
Isn't
your
it?
business.
She hears the space ball. Remember Minx? The dog you
I love
made
how
us
they
get
call
rid of
it
because she wouldn't stop whining. Now we
space
know
ball.
why.
She was suffering.
Blood of everybody here. Your people won't need to live in a bunker anymore.
Absolutely not. I said no, Calliope.
I'm not 10, William. Using my full name won't stop me. In case you haven't noticed,
Woof.
your flock is dying. 20 suicides in the last 6 months, twice that many attempts. Friends of mine, none of whom had
Listen
any
to
say
Becca,
because they wanted to
she's a
spend the rest of
genius.
their lives underground.
Are you through?
You
She
closed
was
the portal.
studying the notes.
Yeah, I didn't want your father to throw me in it.
Oh. Yeah, human guinea
How do we
pig.
get him to change his mind?
We don't. He was always stubborn, but now, after being worshipped for 2 years, he believes he can walk on water.
And you don't.
He's just got this god complex.
It's cool. So much for doing the science.
She's just like a moth to the light at this moment. Oh? You just... Okay. And she's gonna pop back any second.
Down.
What are you talking about?
If you saw what I saw, you would let me shut it down.
Tell me what you saw and I might.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day came and went and we're still here.
Because that wasn't.
Get your
Judgment
head
Day.
out the arse.
Please, just open a bridge to another world. It was to help us remake this one.
I will save us, not her. Now get out.
You know what? Someone better give me an anomaly stone to this wall, because I'm gonna kick the crap out of him. And some common sense.
Your father can't have the flame. He'll use it to find the final code, and once he has it, whatever's left of the human race will be wiped out. I can't tell you anymore.
He's gonna
You're
lead
going to
the
have to trust me.
humans to a path of extinction.
Then help me take it out.
No. The notebook said you have to die first. The AI will protect itself if you drown.
She's going
and
to,
it'll
isn't
swim
she?
if you-
I designed it to amplify what is already there. And in the right mind, I believe with all my
Giving
heart
her that
it can save the world.
option to choose makes you assume she's gonna be the flame keeper.
You can't tell them the passphrase.
They'll kill you.
Move it.
As far as brothers go,
Can't
he
stop
sucks.
If you try, this cage will be yours.
Keep her here till...
You think that he's saving you? He's killing you!
Oh boy. You could really you can really see the two clans here, can't you? Tree Crew and
In the basement, I always took it easy
Asgetta, I guess?
Not today.
In that case.
Shot me, I'm your brother!
That was Rebecca.
I mean, you pulled a gun to her, so... Oh, go on, Kelly, mother. She's got this.
Take it easy.
You lost, buddy. You bastard.
Get me that AI. I don't care what you have to do.
Of course you wouldn't. This is it, though. This is the birth of the Grounder Society, isn't it? And yep, here we go.
Well, you killed my best friend, so I'm not sure I want to help you.
Please. I'll do anything.
We'll die.
Friends. Bring them here. Now.
I want to help you.
Oh, this is...
But I can't give orders to men who are not here.
Oh, Lord. I mean... You know, you just want to hope that they're not brainwashed. You just worry that they are, but... Honestly, I thought that was an impressive, pilot episode. There was... I don't know, would I say it's better than the pilot episode of the 100? Maybe. I thought it was... like, especially when the world came crashing to its end, it was especially when you've gotten all of the lore in the 100, it does add that layer of potency. But also, it was just really good to see Ali again. Oh, not Ali, Becca. Ali's a completely different matter, but still, it was great to see her again. And I mean, this is the thing. Like, if they were to do like a series based on Before the 100, it's a bit sad that we've lost Becca already, because I feel like she would have been instrumental. But then again, this episode has completely, if anything, in my opinion, set the origins of the Grounders to who they will become, especially with Callie and everyone marching out into the open world. They will soon adapt into what we know as the Grounders. And I just couldn't help but think where we have the like two different sides. We had Callie's side and I guess Reese's side, where they were battling out. I couldn't help but think this is the birth of the clans, if anything. So yeah, but it was great to tread back on older territory in terms of what we know and learn of their origins, learn a bit more about them. So yeah, but yeah, it was a really good episode and a very good pilot. If anything, it was a superb setup. So if this, I'm not sure if the series has actually been greenlit. I don't think it has, but if it does get greenlit, then I can't say I blame the series for getting greenlit, because that was an impressive opener. So like I said, I feel like this was a very, very good way to kind of kickstart things for a potential prequel series. I think there's a lot they can do. I don't know if they would stretch it out to 7 seasons. They might do, given the CW, but I think it does have good potential. It does have good potential to show those considered Grounders move into the phase of the Grounders that we know and love, I guess, disregarding guns completely and kind of adapting to the environment around them, so they wouldn't have that modern clothing that I guess everyone else is wearing, and they would fit more to the attire of the Grounders, as well as establishing the clans that they have and making it like and forming all of these clans and making the traditions that the 100 has built upon. Not just that though, but I feel like the story it does have potential, I feel, to explore the world a bit further, and it has that, I don't know, kind of fresher feel for a post-apocalyptic story, because we are just coming off the world just being destroyed, and you have this group potentially looking for other survivors, and yeah, I feel like it would be a very, very good story, especially if the especially if you have the right I don't know, creative team behind this. I think it would be a nice follow up from the 100, what we've already gotten, as well as there is this plot to find the second commander, because Becca made it clear that she had trust in Callie to find the next commander, basically, to make the right choice. So that could be what at least the first season is driven towards, finding the next person, the right person to be the commander after Becca. So I really feel like they could really go that route. But yeah, I mean, from what we got with the pilot, from what we got with this backdoor pilot, I feel like it's pretty good. Especially Callie, she's a very, very interesting character. And there's already this animosity between her and Reese as well, which could easily, because what I was thinking when they were squabbling at the bunker before we had, I guess, our first conclave, was there's two clans here. You got Tree Crew and you got Asgeda. So that's the way I see it. And I can see like Reese fitting into I can see him fitting into the traits of an Asgeda warrior. So yeah, I was just thinking that, like, I couldn't help but feel like there was, like, I couldn't help but have my mind call back to certain elements. Like, I felt like there were a few parallels as well regarding this episode, but yeah, I really liked how this episode went by, and how it did establish the world before the 100. It was just really good, as well as learning about Triku. They were already existing before the world became in ruin, because it was part of this movement. And before the world got toasted, we had quite a few, scenarios that's going on in the present day situation. You got pandemics going on. You got this talk about leaders and how they are very untrusting individuals, especially during this seemingly worldwide crisis. So yeah, there's quite a few touching relevancies to what is going on right now. But yeah, it was really good. I did like the aspects that when the world ended, there was this, like, I don't know, there was this haunting music along with it. Like, it was very, very disturbing, which I really liked, because I think with the world ending, like, and something, I don't know, so powerful like the 100, you gotta have something that really hits you, especially since, whilst it might not be our Earth, it's a template of the planet we reside on. So and it was a very, very scary depiction, seeing the world getting destroyed over something that's very real as well. So yeah, I thought like the way they dealt with the Earth's destruction because we've seen the Earth being, like, destroyed a few times, but the way they handled it, the first ever apocalypse, I guess, it was very, very haunting, so I liked the way they handled that. Yeah, we kind of learned a bit more regarding Bill's family. Like, we learned a bit more about Callie, about how she really has a heart of gold, and she wants to do the right thing. Her brother, on the other hand, is a complete stuck-up, wanting his father to notice him, essentially. And he will do anything as long as his father, you know, loves him. He will be cruel, he will be selfish, he will be willing to, you know what, throw away that morality. And yeah, like, the fact that he just burnt Becca at the stake, considering she wasn't giving information, is just really, really crude. And you can see the negative traits of his father has rubbed off on him, because I was just so done with Reese, so much. And you were so done with Bill in this episode, when Becca when Becca came back from the anomaly and was scared of her out of her wits, Bill didn't listen. He just kept going on. So, like, even when logic was presented about the ramifications of potentially exploring another world, it might not be like, common logic has to hit that point where, okay, well, we've got a less ideal situation, but we are guaranteed survival, compared to a more open area which might have, you know, beautiful flowers, a nice breeze in the air, but hey, it could have monsters that are too powerful. You got to take in every accountability. You got to take in every variable when it comes to discovering this new planet that might not be suitable for you. So, but he didn't care. He was more about leading his people to a brand new world, disregarding the risk completely. So, yeah. But yeah, Reese, screw him. He's cancelled. Don't like him. But we had the mother, who was, I wouldn't say, like, she was willing to use her head, because she sided with Callie. She taught her everything in terms of the fighting, it seemed. But she does. It's not like she's completely biased to Callie. There is a split between Bill and the mother. But she, like with the anomaly, she was mesmerized by that, and she was like, "Oh, I think this is, like, yeah." So she's a bit more lenient. She does have, like, what's the word I would describe it? She does have, like, that ability to like side with her father, but it's not like she's on Bill's side. They have this split, and she even called him a sociopath. But you know, she can't, like, if she sees something like a miracle, she can't, like, deny it. So yeah, but if this series does get picked up, it'll be very interesting to see what does happen with her, because Bill left her in prison, so she was, like, suiting up, so she would essentially be exploring the world. So if this series does get picked up, then there is the chance that Callie could run into her mother again, because I think they departed by the time her mother got above the surface. So yeah, but yeah, it was really, really, it was really good. I do wish that the other characters would be a bit more fleshed out. This was very centralized on the Cadigans, but I guess that's, you know, for the best, in terms of focus on Bill, what he was like before the apocalypse, and adding this context to the last war humanity will ever wage, and how his arrogance is completely unchanged, and how that arrogance might lead to humanity on Bardo to extinction, because he's going with his gut feeling. Like he said himself, I've never been as sure to anything in my life, and he is sticking to that belief. So he is sticking to disregarding Becca's warning, especially regarding what she went, because I feel like she saw the extinction of the Bardoans, because we know Cadogan and his disciples, they will go to Bardo. And I feel like she saw something regarding that, especially if Judgment Day is a very prominent thing for the like, she might have seen something in regard, I'm not sure, she might have seen something in regards to what's going to happen regarding, like, if like in regards to the finality of this show, to what could happen to it might be something completely different, but I have a good feeling that it's all relating to Bardo, and she saw something that will lead to humanity's extinction, that saw the Bardoans extinct, that will lead to humanity's extinction. But because of Bill's ignorance, he's completely disregarding that, and he is certain humanity will win the last war, but he's leading them, he's chartering them on a path to extinction. So that's my gut feeling regarding what Becca saw when she that traumatized her. But yeah, there were quite a few parallels to the pilot of the 100 for this as well. Like, especially with the mother and the daughter, that departure was kind of reminding me of Abby and Clark, as well as the people of the tree crew kind of experimenting with the idea of stepping foot outdoors for the first time in a long while. Yeah, it's not quite as long as, the people on the Ark, but it's still a very long time, I guess. And it's still something that a lot of people didn't imagine. Well, a few people had the idea that, we'd be here for a few years, which they wouldn't be wrong in the end, given the Nightblood status. But for Callie, she realized that, like, okay, well, this is going to be a lifetime. So this is something completely surreal to her. So there's parallels to them stepping foot outdoors, and the Sky Crew people, them stepping foot outdoors. The we're back bitches. So yeah, all we needed was someone to say that we're back bitches. But yeah, there were quite a few parallels to what we to the pilot of the 100. But I do feel like this is a bit more of a, I don't know, I feel like this is a better pilot than the 100's pilot. So yeah, and like I said, if this does get picked up for its own series, I can't exactly blame the series, because I thought it had a decent enough opener, a decent enough pilot to kind of present, okay, well, this show, yeah, it deserves it deserves its own series. But yeah, yeah, it was great to see Becca as well in this. As because we saw, like, her descending on Earth in season 3, and those people that approached her, yeah, it was a nice tie-in. So yeah, but yeah, I really loved her involvement and how she connected with Callie so much. And as well as how she's already weighing this guilt about the world ending. She's not going to allow Bill's ignorance to basically put humanity's to put the rest of humanity at stake. He is waving a carrot at their own extinction, because his head is up his own arse, and she's already got guilt about that, so she's not going to egg him on. So yeah, but like I said, I think she saw the Bardoans' extinction. That's my feeling regarding what she saw. But yeah, and if Bill followed his ignorance, which he did, it would lead to humanity's extinction. So, and he has this belief that, humanity will prevail, but he's in way over his head. So yeah. But I also really liked the kind of themes of science versus faith, the whole religious aspect and the scientific aspect of things. There is that kind of implementation with Becca and the faith, this cultish thing. It is a cult, Bill. There is this kind of idea that you have science versus faith involved. So yeah. But it was a really, really good episode. I really thought this was a strong pilot, and like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to wait and see, because I really liked the backdoor pilot for Green Arrow and the Canaries, and there's no word given on that yet. So it could happen, it may not, but for what it was worth, I thought this was a very, very good setup for a potential series. There is some very interesting roads that they could go down with, especially with the second commander, especially with other survivors, and who knows what else. And given the right creative team, I feel like they can put this on par with the 100, if anything. Who knows? But that's if this... because like I said, I'm not sure if this show... I don't think it has, but I'm not sure if this show has been given the green light, but it would be a bit of a shame if it doesn't, but yeah, like I said, those paths that we could go down on, that's all very detrimental on if this show gets picked up. But for what it was worth, I really liked it, and it was it was a very, very good setup for a potential prequel series for this show. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!